Welcome to the viewers for the lecture in the subject structural analysis. So, in the last few lectures, we are discussing about analysis of indeterminate structures by matrix flexibility method using the direct approach or system approach. So, in this lecture, we will take one more problem on pin jointed trusses. Now, this is lecture number 121. In lecture number 120 also we have discussed analysis of a pin jointed truss. Now, that truss was internally redundant, that is having one extra member. Now, the truss that we are going to analyze now is externally redundant, namely having excess number of reaction components. So, that is the only difference, otherwise the problem is same. I will not write down the problem, just I read the problem. For the find the horizontal reaction at D. The question itself is, what is the value of the horizontal reaction at D? HD equal to what? That is the question, right? Horizontal reaction at D of the pin jointed structure shown in figure. The cross sectional area of the vertical members are 3000 square millimeter. The cross section of the vertical members are 3000 square millimeter, and the cross section of the other members, the cross section area of the cross section area of other members are 2200 mm square. So, that is what is given in the date problem, and both supports are hinged. Both supports are hinged. Supports are hinged. So, this is a problem. Now, here in the earlier problem, we have used a different formula for finding out the degree of static indeterminacy, but that will not give whether the indeterminacy is internal or external. In formula page in lecture number 120, I have given both. One formula was giving the indeterminacy straight away, but you have to find out whether it is internal or external. That will not be given. But what we have followed earlier, and also that also was discussed in the earlier problem, that specifically gave the degree of external and internal indeterminacy. So, that formula we will use it here. We know I equal to m minus 2j minus 3. This is for finding out the internal indeterminacy. For finding out the external redundancy, capital small r minus capital R. So, this formula we will use it now. Now, here in this problem, number of members are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There are 5 members. 5 members minus 2 into number of joints A, B, C and D. Therefore, 2 into 4 minus 3. So, 5 minus 5 equal to 0. That means the structure is statically determinate internally, that is, it is not having any extra member. Internally it is determinate. Coming to external redundancy, small r stands for the number of reaction components possible. Now, in a hinged support, there are 2 reactions that are possible. A vertical reaction is possible, also a horizontal reaction is possible. So, both are hinged, A and D are hinged. Therefore, there will be 4 reaction components. We have got only 3 equations of equilibrium. Therefore, 4 minus 3 equal to 1. Therefore, the total degree of redundancy is internal plus external. Internal is 0, determinate. External it is 1, therefore it is 1. This will not be given by the earlier formula that we have discussed in the previous problem. So, externally it is indeterminate. The structure is externally indeterminate, right? And therefore, we have to remove any one external reaction component and make the structure statically determinate. And in this problem, they have specifically given find out the value of horizontal reaction at D. There are 2 vertical reactions and 2 horizontal reactions. Anything can be removed and made as determinate, but here since they have asked HD value, we will treat that as a redundant. We will treat the horizontal reaction at D as a redundant. Right. For treating horizontal reaction at D as redundant, you place it on rollers. Place the support D on rollers and replace because here a vertical reaction is possible and also a horizontal reaction is possible. When you place this on rollers, we remove this capacity and replace that force. This is HD. This is HD. Now, this roller support plus this horizontal reaction will make it as a hinge. We'll give the original structure. Right. HD. That is how we'll have to find out the degree of redundancy and get the primary structure. This is the primary structure. Primary structure with redundant. So we have marked the redundant also. Primary structure with redundant. So that also we have marked. So that is the first work. Right. This is A, this is B. Right. Now, this primary structure will be loaded with the given load. Given load is, this is 20 kilonewton, this is 20 kilonewton, this is 30. This is the primary structure with the redundant. Now, for using these values in the compatibility equation, A into F naught equal to minus U IF. This is due to the external load on the primary structure. So for getting the value of UIF, now forget about the redundant force. Now forget about the redundant HD, you just forget about now. That is, we are going to follow the Maxwell's unit load method. Therefore, we just forget about so the primary structure will be analyzed for the given external force for getting the values of F. That is, we are going to get the values of F. Now, for this, you have to do the analysis by method of joins to find out the force in various members. Now, before finding out the forces, you have to first find out the reactions. The reactions are, so when we use sigma H equals 0, I think I will not do these calculations elaborately because already we have done sufficient number of problems. Therefore, so sigma H, there is only one force. So there must be a horizontal reaction in the opposite direction. Here it is not possible because this is on rollers. So only here it is possible. So sigma H equal to 0 will give you 30 kilonewton to the left, towards left. So these two will make sigma H equal 0. This is 4 meters, this is also 4 meters. Right. So that is about sigma H equals 0. But we have got two vertical forces. So we have to find out the vertical reactions. So we can take moment about A. Let us say there is a vertical reaction here. This vertical reaction is VD. So take moment about A. Taking moment about A will give VA equal to, on solving, so that is VA into 4 meters minus 20 into 4 meters, then plus 30 into 4 meters. So considering this will not cause any moment. When you take moment about A, therefore VA will cause a moment, VA into 4 meters, 20 into 4 meters, this 30 into 4 meters, this pass through the point, that will not cause any moment. Considering all these things, we will find VA equal to 50 kilonewton. VD, actually it's not VA, it is VD, equal to 50 kilonewton. That will give 50 kilonewton. And here there are two vertical forces whose value equal to 40. This is 50. So sigma V equals 0 will give a downward reaction of 10. Downward reaction of, because this is 50 upwards. So 20 plus 20 plus 10 downwards. So that will be the reactions. So these calculations I am just skipping. I don't want to bore too much, therefore that viewers can do it. Right. Now after finding out the reactions, we have to do the analysis by method of joints for getting the F values. For getting the F values, we have to find out the force in various members of the truss by method of joints. So for method of joints, we have to start from a joint having not more than two members. Suppose we can take this or we can take this. We can take any joint. Suppose if we take joint D, I will start and stop. Joint D, there is no horizontal reaction. So at joint D, there is a vertical reaction. This value equal to 50. Then there is a vertical member. So we will call this as K D. The far end is C. So KDC. There is one member. Then there is an incline. We have to mark all the details around D. That's all, including reactions, forces, etc. Everything. And here there is another member. This is K D. The far end is B. That's all. These are the two members. So this value is 45 degrees. And this value is also 45 degrees. So sigma V, first we will take sigma H equals 0. Sigma H equals 0 will give KdB. KdB will be, so when this is resolved in the vertical direction, KdB into cos 45, there is no other force, because these two will not give any horizontal component. When there is no other force, we will find KdB equal to 0. Then sigma V equal to 0 gives, one is 50 upward direction plus KdC, that is vertical direction, and this will become 0 because that itself is 0 equal to 0. Therefore, we find that KdC equal to minus 50. So minus 50 means compression. Therefore, this is compressive. And similarly, we have to take a joint C, then joint B, and analysis of three joints will give force in all the members. I will straight away give the values because this is 50 and this on analysis will be equal to 30 kilonewton. This will be 20. I will skip these calculations to avoid boring. And already we have got this is no force is carried by that member, and this is under tension. Tension is under tension, whose value equal to 42.426. 42.426 K. So that is about the F values. These are the F values. This we have to remember the area of cross section for vertical members. Vertical members means this is 3000 3000, 3000. This is also 3000 mm square area. For all other members, it is 2200. Namely, this is 2200, 2200, and this is also 2200. Vertical members, it is 3000. All other members, it is 2200. So, this we have to remember. So, here also the static indeterminacy is 1. Therefore, the size of the flexibility matrix will be 1 by 1. The size of the load vector also will be 1 by 1. Right. So, this is F value. Now, for getting the right hand side, namely A values, what we have to do is we have to apply unit force. Forget about the external force. So, this is the truss that is given. The truss that is given. Right. Now, here we have to apply the redundant force equal to unity. So, this is hinged, this is on rollers. So, you have to apply HD equal to unity. Forget about the external force. Now, we have to analyze that truss. The truss with the redundant force equal to unity. This value equal to unity. Right. Now, this is A, B, C and D. Right. Now, here also, before starting the method of joints, we have to find out the reactions, because you have to satisfy the equilibrium conditions first. So, when we apply a force equal to 1 towards left, sigma h equals 0 will give a force towards right. So, this is reaction. So, sigma h equals 0, sigma h equal to 0 gives h A equal to 1 towards right. So, this is about the reaction. So, we are going to find out the K values. Due to unit redundant force. K values you are going to find out. Now, this again we have to do the analysis by method of joints. Now, again I will skip method of joints. So, we have to take joint D. Sigma h equals 0 will give you this force. Then sigma v equals 0 will give you the force in the member DC. And then we have to take joint C, then joint B. Find out all the forces. So, here again I will straight away give the values. The viewers can do this only when it is represented by someone. I will do method of joints in one more problem. I think there will be no need, because we have sufficiently discussed method of joints. Therefore, these are the forces. This is also one. Unit value tension, both are under tension. This is also under tension. This is also unity. Then this is under compression. Compression 1.414, and this is also under compression. So, the analysis by method of joints will give you these forces 1.414 kilonewton. So, that is about the values of K. So, one is due to the external force, that will give you F values, external force on the primary structure. Analysis by method of joints. Then redundant force on the primary structure, forgetting about the external force. So, that will give you the values of K. Now we can just go for the tabulation. So serial number, member, then F value, F kilonewton, then K value. Now we'll write down the 5 members A, B. There are 5 members, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Serial number AB, BC, CD, AC diagonal member and BD. These are the 5 members for which F values are for AB it is compressive 20, therefore minus 20. For BC it is compressive 30, minus 30. So compressive means minus 30. For CD it is minus 50, and for AC this member is under tension 42.426 plus, and the member BD is a dummy member here. It's not carrying any force, therefore this value is 0. So that is F values. Now coming to K values, for AB it is tension. So now we can understand the advantage of those diagrams, because we need not refer any calculation. Then and there we mark the forces in the figure, that will be, otherwise we have to search for the value. Sometimes we will be getting minus value. In the next line we will be writing it as compression, whether it is minus or plus, all these confusions will be there. If you mark everything along with the nature of force, tension or compression, tabulation will be very convenient. So that one has to feel. AB is under tension, it is 1, BC is under tension, CD is under tension, then AC, this one is under compression, therefore minus 1.414, and BD is also under compression, minus 1.414, right. So that's about the values. Now these diagrams are not needed for us because we have tabulated all the required values. Now here we are going to find out sigma FKL by AE, sigma FKL by AE for getting the value of U. For getting the value of A, you are going to find out sigma K square L by AE. Now Young's modulus is same, but areas are different. Therefore, now we have to find out sigma FKL by A. Here also area is different, areas are different. Therefore, we have to find out k square L by A. Therefore, for L we have to form a column. L, area is in terms of millimeter square. Therefore, let us substitute L also in terms of millimeter. So, L in terms of millimeter. Then we will provide one more column for area, that is different for different members. Area in millimeter square. Area. Then FKL. FKE is same. FKL by A. FKL by A. Because FKL by A we have to find out. FKL by A we have to find out. Then we have to find out K square L by A. K square L by A. That we have to find out. So that will decide what are the columns that are to be formula and the values, the units for different parameters. That will decide what are the columns that are to be provided. Whether a column is required for A or not. Whether a column is required for L or not. So because in some other problems they will give L by AE is same for all members. L by AE is same for all members. So that means we need not provide L, A, E, that we need not provide a tabulation. L by AE, sometimes they will give L by AE equal to unity for all members. Therefore, for L you need not provide a column, area you need not provide a column, and E. Sometimes the axial rigidity is same. Axial rigidity means AE is same. Either they will give area and Young's modulus are same for all members, or they may give AE is same for all members. Therefore, area there is no need for any column, because here only people will find it as a confusion. So these are all small things, but these are to be clearly understood. So right. Now, L for the member AB, because they are 4 meters by 4 meters, therefore 4000 for AB, BC is also 4000, CD is also 4000, and for diagonal members it is 5657, 56 root of 4 square plus 4 square, root of 4 square by 4 square, 5657. So that is about the length. Then area for vertical members it is 3000. Area this is 3000. Then horizontal member it is 2000. Vertical members are AB and CD. CD is also 3000. For this also it is 3000. There are 2 vertical members. For all other members it is 2200. So 2200 or 2200, 2200. So these values are to be carefully transferred from the figure, from the given data, and also from our figures for F and K. And next is only calculation. F is there, K is there, L is there, AE is there. Therefore, FKL by A. FKL by A equal to minus 26.667, and here it is minus 54.545 minus 66.667 minus 154.257, and this is 0. Coming to K, we have K and also L. So we have to find out K square L by A. K square L by A. Where all the 3 values are there. So we have to do only calculations. So this calculation will give you 1.333, 1.818, 1.333, 5.141, 5.141. So that's about the values. Right. Now, sum. This sum, that is sum of this is required. That sum equal to minus 302.136 minus 302.136, and this value is 14.766. Right. Now, so due to the external force, the right hand side, right, is sigma FKL by AE. Right hand side is sigma FKL by AE. Left hand side is A. A is K square by AE. Therefore, left hand side it is 14.766 by E, because F K square L by A we have calculated. So, E only we have omitted. So, that we are writing it here by E. This is A into F naught. This F naught is our HD. F naught is our HD, equal to minus half U. U equal to FKL by AE. FKL by AE. Sigma FKL by AE is equal to minus 302.136. So, minus half 302.136. 302.136. That is only FKL by A. So, E is needed, therefore, by E. By E. Because there is only one term, therefore, this E and this E will get cancelled. This minus and minus will become plus. Therefore, F naught equal to 302.136 by 14.766 equal to 20.462. 20.462 kilonewton. That is HD equal to the horizontal reaction at D is equal to 20.462 kilonewton. So, this is what is required. So, our problem will be over with this, but still sometime they will ask the final forces. They will ask the final forces. So, final forces is equal to F plus KF. Final force, it is not required in this problem. Final force, our problem is over with this value. This is over, but still for completion just we will do the value will be P equal to the force P equal to F plus K F naught. K into F naught. So many kilonewtons. So many kilonewton. Now, F is minus 20, K is 1, F naught equal to 20.462. So, for one member, suppose we take the first member, it is minus 20 plus 1 into 20.462. 20.462. That will give you the value equal to 0.462. 0.462 kilonewton. This minus 9.538 kilonewton minus 29.538 kilonewton, 13.493 kilonewton minus 28.933 kilonewton. That is about the final force in various members. So, that is how we have to analyze a truss with external redundancy by the direct approach of the matrix flexibility method. Now, the other problems are, so with this two problems, one with internal indeterminacy and one with the external indeterminacy, we can solve problems, but I have solved only elementary problems. I have not taken 2 degrees redundancy, 3 degrees redundancy, etc. 2 degrees will take some more calculations. We have done a problem in our book, actually we have structural analysis, volume 3 by Dr. R. Vaidyanathan. Dr. P. Perumal, Dr. M.I. We have done a book, volume 3, in which this method is given, in which we have solved a problem with 2 degrees redundancy also. So the viewers, if you are interested, you can just make use of this book. So I will not be able to cover all types of problems through this thing. I given sufficient introduction for the method. So all these books are available in Lakshmi LAXMI Publications, New Delhi. So if viewers are interested, you can make use of this book for a problem with 2 degrees of redundancy. It is also there, but here for want of time, etc., I am just skipping those problems. 2 degrees redundant, 3 degrees, it can be solved. The only thing is it will involve more work, voluminous calculations. So 2 degrees redundancy also, if the problem is simple, that can be done. We have, in our book, we have done a simple problem. That also is a good problem. The problem that you have solved in our problem will not take much time. So that's about the analysis of trusses with external and internal redundancies. Right. Now there are 2 more problems. We have already discussed in strain energy method. One is lack of fit, the other one is temperature stresses. So here we have used the compatibility equation A into F naught equal to minus of U. Now here, this calculation as usual. Only thing is, normally they will not combine external forces and lack of fit problem. Lack of fit means we know a particular member will be little excess in length or there will be shortage in length. So in that case, generally they will not combine. Suppose if a problem with the lack of fit is given, that particular member having lack of fit will be treated as redundant. And the analysis is as usual, we have to find out the value. So we remove that member. Suppose if there is a truss like this, there are 2 diagonal members. Suppose this is hinged, this is on rollers. So here, internal independency equal to 1. Suppose A, B, C, D. The truss means, suppose the member BD is 5 mm shorter. Means no external load is given. External load given, that also can be dealt with. Generally, this is the procedure. Right. So, suppose member BD is short in length by 5 mm. You treat this as a redundant member, remove that member, you remove this member, remove the redundant or member having lack of fit, remove, and apply unit value of the force along this member. Directly find out the values of K. That will give you this value. K values, as we have just now we have done. So K values, applying unit force along the redundant, find out the K values, that will give you the A matrix. Because there is only one redundant, therefore A matrix will be 1 by 1. Right. F naught is a redundant, the force in the member having lack of fit. Yeah. That is the force PBD. That is our F naught. That is our F naught. Right. Now what about the right hand side? No external force is given. There are two terms. One for the external force and one for the given displacement. So this displacement is directly given. 5 mm. Displacement is 5 mm. 5 mm or in terms of meters we can convert. So that value is straight away given. U value is straight away given. So if it is shorter, use plus sign. If it is longer, use minus sign. Use shorter members, shorter means use plus sign, members longer means use minus sign. The same problem, same model we have done in strain energy method. So accepting this change, analysis procedure, there is no change. One more type of problem is that of members subjected to rise or fall in temperature. There also, suppose the member BC, BD is subjected to a rise in temperature of 20 degrees centigrade. Like that means, for that member, you find out the value of U equal to L naught alpha T. L naught is the member subjected to rise or fall in temperature. Alpha is the coefficient of linear expansion. T is the temperature. If it is temperature rise, use minus sign. If it is temperature fall, use plus sign. So is that, and this is the value of U. U equal to L naught alpha T. So the truss will be analyzed by removing the member having rise in temperature or fall in temperature. Find out the values of K. That will give you the value of A. That will give you so the analysis of the primary structure by removing the redundant member, or the member having lack of fit or member subjected to rise in temperature, it will be the primary structure. So that analysis will give you the A value, F naught. Right hand side is given. Shortage in length means use plus sign. Longer means use minus sign. Similarly, for this, suppose if it is subject to rise or fall in temperature, rise means use minus sign, fall means use plus sign. That U will be given by L naught into alpha into T. So this has been already discussed in strain energy method. So we have discussed one problem on, I have just given general outline also, plus we have discussed one problem. So that is the procedure. Otherwise there is no difference. Therefore let us avoid doing some more problems on having lack of fit and temperature, and I think that viewers can manage with this introduction. Therefore that completes pin jointed trusses. Pin jointed trusses subjected to load, subjected to rise in temperature, subjected to fall in temperature, etc. will be covered in this, right? So thank you.